Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I want to deliver um, what's the system, energy system for supporting the soul's completion. So, what I am practicing or teaching uh, has its root in Shinseondo, or in another word, is a Seondo. It's just the ancient, nobody created it. The ancient people just practiced. So the goal of the Sando is the soul's, uh, the goal of our life. Once we are born here with the body, we have to pursue the soul's growth and completion. And they said our body has the perfect system for that. So before this practice, I had no idea about that. I heard about the energy system, which is so beneficial when I was younger, but I had no idea. It was just like a mystical story. But once I experienced it, it really surprised me, and then it opened another dimension of the life. So I closed most of the books because this the practice. It's another textbook. So uh, the key of this energy, this practice is the key energy. You can call chi, which consists of everything. For instance, this matter is a very dense energy, so we can see it. But when you see your fingers against the sun, in very sunny light, sunny day, you can see through your fingertip area, right? So body is also very dense energy. And then, our invisible part, thinking, emotion, right, memories, all these invisible parts are loose energy. So they keep changing. Body and then loose and then very loose, very, very loose, maybe very pure, so light. So we call that soul. So everybody has it. So I have a cup of water. It's a tea. Anything heavy goes down, right? Sinks. So that's the dense, the middle part, and then the upper part. It's a very light. So, so that creates everything. In the modern society, it is like the smallest entity, which can't be divided anymore. So now I think the smallest one is called the quark. But if scientists find maybe more, maybe, right? And then scientists said, quark, and then they see it's just the vibration. So this visible world, like a vibration, and in visible is quark. Actually, we don't see it. It's kind of assumption, but still, that's the smallest matter so far. And then invisible, that is a vibration. So they are kind of the same. So thousands of years ago, Buddha said the same thing. This invisible one and visible one, they are same. Thousands of years ago. Isn't that amazing? So this key energy system within in our body, that's the most astonishing system or application created for us. And that's the highest technology, we believe. John. So it's a similar to chakra, but a little bit different. So there are three dungeon system in our body and seven chakras, right? So both are very useful. So three dungeons, there is the lower dungeon, middle dungeon, upper dungeon. So lower dungeon, the energy system. Dungeon, dan means energy, jon means field. So it's an energy field. So lower dungeon energy is called jung energy, which is in charge of the physical power. Middle dungeon, the energy is called the ki. So it is in charge of the love. So when this ki energy is not strong enough, the ki energy follows everything else, right? The all layers. And then upper chakra's energy called Shin energy. It's in charge of our spiritual part. So Jung, Ki, Shin energy. So the chakra system is lower, middle, and upper. But the energy is Jung, Ki, Shin. This Jung, Ki, Shin energy can change. The quality of the Jung, Ki, Shin energy can change by our thoughts, memories, your self-talk, inner dialogue, all your emotions, your willpower, or external circumstances. Also, with our effort, we can upgrade it. So this key energy is changing. So, so that's our part. So everything is given already. So if we have nothing, you know, for us, because everything, is perfect. We don't have to do anything. Then, we are like just a slave. But now, everything is given, but the quality, how to manage it, that's our part, your free will. So you can upgrade it or you don't have to. So you can use your energy for all external stuff, right? But for your inside, maybe it's the same. Or you can use your energy for your inside. First, priority, and then take care of outside too. So, taking care of inside, that is the completion. Make sense? So when you practice inside, you understand who you are. You can manage your emotions and memories and thoughts. You can help your health condition. So at the end, and you totally understand the life and death. So your journey continues. So the death is not the end, but it can be another birth of the soul. Make sense? So our practice, the essence of our practice is strengthening these energy centers and then upgrading the energy quality, energy level. So when the lower chakra is full, that's the Jung energy. The middle chakra is like expanding with your love. Upper chakra is so bright. So that's the very ideal state. So, if you go opposite way, like, lower chakra open, middle chakra like accumulating, it doesn't work. So lower chakra should accumulate energy, Jung energy. Middle chakra energy should go out like that, sharing. The highest quality is the unconditional love. So each chakra has a different function. And then when you do that first, in your upper chakra, you get a lot of wisdom and creativity. So it's like building a home. So when you build a home, right, you start with a foundation. So our human system is the same, right? Building the foundation. And then middle chakra, and then you put the roof. Only a few people, without this strong foundation, they just open all. But, most of us needs this building up. Does it make sense? So the way to the completion is the developing our energy system and then transform it. That's what we do in workshops. So there is order. So when you go bottom to top, you can do this. Okay? Not top to bottom much. So when you strengthen your root chakra and then help your heart chakra area, middle chakra, middle dungeon. So here we have the soul, so-called the soul. That's the human's energy, purest energy in our body. So without body, it's hard to practice this. So life is a really good chance to practice our soul. And then when you keep helping your soul, and then your soul grows, and then, big enough to reach your upper chakra. So in upper chakra, we have spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is information energy. So there is a low level of information or high level. So when your soul is reaching, right, this way, and that your soul meets the divine energy. So when your soul meets your spiritual energy, that's the best. So when your soul doesn't go there, right? Your spiritual energy alone there is no connection. Your spiritual energy can follow anything, maybe low level. There is a low level of spirit, right? So when your spiritual energy meets your soul's energy, that's the best. So we call that Shin In Hab Il. Your spiritual energy, your human energy become one. Shin In Hab Il. Does it make sense? So when you experience it, you realize yourself as a part of the universe. Your energy and universal energy is one in your body, not out of the body, because your energy system is in the body. Many people kind of leave their body to experience that, right? Maybe some drug and something, they use something else, and then we don't recommend it. We say, please experience that in the body. Use your chakra system. Don't use any drug or any sugar or not that kind. Make sense? So once you experience that in your body, it stays with you. That's the authentic. Make sense? So when the complete soul leaves your body at the end, the energy is so light, so it is using your seventh chakra. So we call this 천문, the gate of heaven. 대천문, 그러니까 great gate. So how can we help our soul? That's the life. So as I mentioned in the beginning, the ancient people said the goal of your life should be completing your soul. So every day when you open your eyes, okay, my soul, listen to my heart, and then surrender to it, right? And then do it, soul's job. So what is the soul's job? Soul wants the healthy body because it's a soul's container, right? And then soul also wants a very stable energy system, not like a so busy, emotional, too much thinking, and then soul cannot function well. Make sense? So when you are beyond all those layers, and your energy is very stable, centered, and then your soul begins to grow. Make sense? So today, you live your soul, and then your soul's energy. What's the best way to grow? Is feeling your own feeling, and then help others feel it. Soul wants to meet soul. Make sense? So when soul meets emotional energy, it's like right? It goes like this. So, uh, Shinin Habil, that's the experience of the oneness. So your own energy and the universal energy is one. Not just knowing, it's not knowledge, but feel it all the time. So when you feel it and act it, your activity is automatically uh, helping others. It's automatic and spiritual level. So in our case, we have a physical condition, energy condition, as well as a spiritual, all three. So when body is sick, it's hard to grow our soul. Does it make sense? We become kind of very emotional when body is sick. We worry, right? So when energy body, emotion energy is not organized, it's also very hard for soul to grow. So step by step, physical condition first and energy, and then we can help our soul. So at the end, when you really want to grow your soul, the eventual one is help others realize their life and death. And then you begin to surrender to universal flow. So your worries, concerns, anxiety kind of subside because you can tell, this is the heaven's will. So what you need to do is just gratitude, right? Feeling gratitude. And then, while you have a time in this world, and just to keep helping and then feel kind of love in your heart. So that will be your practice. And then you feel very satisfied every day, and then you always feel oneness with the universe. Does it make sense? So to do that, we do three things, three studies. One is a principle, study of a principle. Second is study of this internal practice. It's internal. Third one is the practice of your life. So, principle, internal practice, and live your life. It's like a principle is like a seed. When you have this principle of completing soul, and then this seed will grow. If you have a different principle, this seed will grow. That's the choice. So as long as you are satisfied with that, because life has a beginning and the end. So in this lifetime, what kind of a seed do you want to grow? So you choose. You can choose anything. Whatever you choose, the seed grows. So our seed is completing the soul. So we put this seed, and then how can we grow? That is an internal practice. So our classes, workshops, and retreats have that purpose. So then it grows and then it bears the fruit, right? That is your life. So you can see that fruit in your life. One more person, not just me, right? Another person, they begin to realize who they are. That's your fruit. So that your tree is growing. Make sense? So at the end, you can tell, you know, I have grown a big tree. So many people also feel satisfied. So then your life is very successful. Make sense? Completion should come first. And then this success comes automatically. In general, it's opposite, right? People try to succeed first and then maybe ignore the internal practice. So Uh, Again, when you practice first the chakra system or dungeon system, lower and then middle and then upper. So when you help the lower dungeon, feeling, feel it, go, make it full. Okay, so that's the goal. Middle chakra, opening, expanding. So lower chakra gonna help your health. Middle chakra help your energy. Uh, you're gonna feel lots of the good qualities inside. So we call that insang. Insang is kind of the character, but more like a divine character. Make sense? You can develop your divine characters. So every day you can feel like you are getting better. You are okay person. You are good person. Can you imagine? You live 10 more years, 20 more years. And then every day, if you get better and you grow more wisdom, don't you think it's a good life? Still, you can take care of this, the life with the material. We don't ignore it because we take care of our body. This is a matter. We also take care of many things. So, the practice of your life, right? The fruits. We need the relationship. So we really apply this in our real life, daily life. Because without it, how do you know, right? If you are complete or not, we don't know. So you put the seed and you grow your tree within with internal practice. Third one, live life, your fruit. It comes from the relationship. Make sense? So this practice is not separate from your own life. It's not like, I did a meditation 1 hour today, but once you start your work and your meditation shouldn't be separate. Does it make sense? So internally we have that system. It's already set up. And then I hope you develop your own and then help yourself. Only you can do, only I can help myself, but I can get help. I asked. So I got help from several teachers. They really helped me unconditionally. So I can help now. I can help others. So I hope you help yourself and help others. And then this whole world will get better inside out. Okay, so thank you so much today. Today is a little bit long. And then I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Send you love. Bye.